Richard Chamberlain charmed America for decades as Dr. Kildare in an epic miniseries like the Thorn Birds. But behind the romantic leading man was a secret so dangerous it could have destroyed everything. For over 30 years, he lived a double life with his partner. They had private ceremonies, worked together, and shared a home. Yet the world never knew. At 90, Chamberlain finally broke his silence. But the story didn't end there. What he revealed about those hidden decades would shock even his most devoted fans. Richard Chamberlain was born on March 31st, 1934, in Los Angeles. His parents seemed successful and elegant. His mother, Elsa, was a singer and actress with German roots. His father, Chuck, sold store equipment and later worked in real estate and refrigeration. They moved to a 7-room house in Beverly Hills when Richard was only 2. It looked like a dream childhood, but inside the house, things were far from perfect. Chuck was an alcoholic. His behavior made home life dark and painful. He became active in Alcoholics Anonymous and even wrote a book about his recovery. But Richard had already suffered too much. He once said his father's death came as a relief. He didn't miss him at all. The fear and tension at home made him want to be nothing like his father. That rejection would go deeper than he realized. As Richard grew older, he felt more and more like he didn't belong. Being gay in the 1940s and 1950s was a dangerous secret. He believed there was something deeply wrong with him. He lived with shame and fear. He said it felt worse to be gay than to be a murderer. He created a fake version of himself, what he called the Chamberlain Magic Show, to hide who he really was. That perfect image became his way of surviving. Even though it made him feel more alone, he wasn't just acting on stage. He was acting in real life. At Beverly Hills High School, Richard was polite and well-mannered. He won awards for his behavior and excelled in sports. He continued running track in college and earned letters in both high school and college teams. He enrolled at Pomona College and planned to be a painter or art historian. But something changed. During his senior year, he was cast in a campus play. His performance moved the audience so much that it shifted his entire direction. For the first time, he saw acting not just as a hobby, but as his future. He had found his real passion. On December 7th, 1956, he was drafted into the Army. He served for 16 months in post-war Korea and rose to the rank of sergeant. He hated the military. He didn't like giving orders or taking them. He later said it all felt like another role he was forced to play. Still, it gave him discipline and structure. When he returned to Los Angeles in 1958, he was ready to chase his dream. He started at the bottom like every other actor, but he had something special. In 1959, he co-founded the Company of Angels, a small theater group, with actors like Leonard Nimoy and Vic Morrow. The group had no money, but it gave actors a space to perform without pressure from studios. It also gave Richard a chance to train and grow. These unpaid performances slowly built his reputation. That same year, he landed his first television appearance on Alfred Hitchcock Presents. In 1960, he appeared in an episode of Guns'N' Smoke. These were small roles. They didn't pay much, but they taught him how to work in front of a camera. More roles followed in shows like Mr. Lucky and Riverboat. Even with these credits, money was tight. Richard took whatever work he could get. Like many struggling actors, he worked odd jobs just to survive. His degree in military experience didn't matter in Hollywood. Success came slowly. He kept training, spending money he barely had on voice lessons. He knew stage acting wouldn't work on TV. He needed a softer, more intimate style. He pushed himself to become camera ready. Then came the moment that changed everything. MGM was casting a lead for their new medical drama. They had already offered the role to William Shatner and James Franciscus, but both declined. Desperate, the studio turned to local theater actors. That's when they saw Richard. His looks, training, and quiet strength stood out. When Richard Chamberlain was cast as Dr. James Kildare in 1961, almost no one in Hollywood knew his name. He had played small roles in shows, like Gunsmoke and Alfred Hitchcock. Presence, but nothing that stood out. That changed overnight. On September 28th, Dr. Kildare premiered on NBC and turned the 27-year-old into a national sensation. The show wasn't just a hit. It became one of the most talked about programs on television. It ran for 191 episodes over 5 seasons, ending in 1966. During its first year, it landed in the top 10 and stayed in the top 20 for 2 more. MGM executives were stunned. In just a few months, Chamberlain's name was bigger than anyone expected. He was suddenly getting more fan mail than Clark Gable ever had. At the height of the show's popularity, Chamberlain received around 12,000 fan letters every week. That's about 1,600 letters every single day. Women poured their hearts out in those letters, treating him like a real doctor. Some wrote about their personal health problems. He once called it mail-order gynecology. When MGM sent him on his first public appearance tour in 1962, they had no idea what would happen. In Baltimore, the crowd got so wild that police had to pull him out and take him by boat across Chesapeake Bay. In Pittsburgh, things got even more intense. Nearly 250,000 people showed up. Downtown came to a halt just to see him. In 1963, Chamberlain won the Golden Globe for Best TV Star Male. Just 2 years before, he had been unknown. His win wasn't only about acting. It was about his influence. Photoplay magazine named him the most popular male star 3 years in a row from 1962 to 1964. During this time, his face was everywhere. NBC even started paging Dr. Kildare in real airports and train stations as if he were an actual doctor. That same year, medical schools saw a rise in applicants. Many young students said they had been inspired by watching him. The line between actor and character had almost disappeared. Then came something no one expected. Chamberlain had a hit song. In 1962, he released 3 Stars Will Shine Tonight, the theme from the show. It reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Number